Hello my friends, welcome to Breakfast with Sergio. Super happy to be here with you today, and today I want to talk to you about how can self-taught artists get inside the art world. So if you're a self-taught artist, you don't want to miss this episode because I'm going to talk to you about how to get in the art world as a self-taught artist. All right, my friends, super happy to be here in this breakfast episode with you. Well, I don't have breakfast right now, but I have a nice, awesome tea, which is something I've been drinking lately. Lots of tea. This is a mint tea, and it smells delicious. I love it. Well, my friends, today I want to answer a question that I received from a faithful artist who watches Breakfast with Sergio. Her name is Irma, and Irma says, Sergio, can you answer this question? How to make it easier for me as a self-taught artist to get in the art world circle? She said, I feel like it is very close. I feel like it's really hard to get in. People don't let me inside the art world, right? Or it is very difficult sometimes. How can I as a self-taught artist, get an inside in the art world? So I think that's a wonderful question. And I'm sure there are many self-taught artists who watch Breakfast with Sergio. Now, if you're not a self-taught artist, doesn't mean that you are off the hook. Check out this episode because I think there's a lot to learn from this one as well. And also an episode that you can share with other self-taught artists out there. So, first of all, let's talk about the art world, right? What is the art world? Because when you say the word art world, everybody thinks about something maybe differently. So, I want to define the art world a little bit in this episode. When I talk about the art world, what I mean, I'm not talking about, let's talk about what it's not. It's not, the art world is not a institution, is not a governing body, is not an organization that is run by directors and CEOs or whatever. There's one main person at the top of the art world, right? That's not what I mean when I talk about the art world, because I don't think the art world is that. The art world is not a one thing, a one platform, or a one organization. Rather, the art world, I think we can think of it more as a network. It's a network of people that work around the globe, around the world, on anything related to art. There are art makers, creators, right? There are also those who are in the art market, selling, right? Evaluating, buying. There are those who are preserving the art in museums, and there are those who are documenting the art. And there are those who, there's an innumerable number of people associated with the art world, many which you see and read about, and many which work behind the scenes, making sure that everything works, right? That everything that we do as artists functions, right? So the art world is not a one thing, but the art world is like kind of this network of people from all over the world, different cultures, different backgrounds, that are involved in what we call art, right? In many ways or functions. Sometimes, we think about the art world and we only think about galleries, right? The galleries or the art market. That's just one section of the art world. So I want to make sure that in this episode, when I talk about the art world, I'm talking about this larger network of people, right? Who, are involved in many ways with art. So if you're a self-taught artist, I want to give you three very practical pieces of advice that you can take with you from this point forward. See if you like it. I would love to hear what you think about this. Make sure that you comment on the, below this video. If you are, a self-taught artist, or maybe you are already an art world insider, let me know what you think about what I'm going to say right now, because I think it's very important. It's one of those episodes that to me is very, very important. I have a lot of passion about this one. I consider myself an art world insider. I work in the art world. I received an education as a Master of Fine Arts degree, and I've been also working as a gallery owner and also as a curator, and now also as a coach, and doing all kinds of things within the art world as advisor and all sorts of things. So I want to give you three pieces of advice. I work with artists of all kinds, with art backgrounds and with no art background. So first one, if you're a self-taught artist today watching this video, my first piece of advice to you is do not use the self-taught card as an excuse for something that is going to limit you in some way or fashion, either physically or mentally, right? A lot of artists who are self-taught artists say, well, I don't know how to use this material because I'm a self-taught artist, or I don't know how to do marketing well because I'm a self-taught artist. They use the self-taught card, as an excuse for things. You don't want to do that, because today in the world, there's nobody who is 100% self-taught unless you live in a cave with no access to the internet. Because today there are videos upon videos upon videos and websites and magazines and books, and you have access to so much information that you will never receive in art school anyway. So there's no excuse for any lack of anything today for any artist, whether you are a self-taught or you went and you got 5 MFAs. It doesn't matter, right? We're always learning. There's so much to know, so much to learn. So as an artist, you want to make sure that you're always learning, right? And never use the self-taught card as an excuse for anything, or as a limiting belief, right? Oh, I don't think I can get a show because I'm a self-taught artist. I don't think I can sell my art because I'm a self-taught artist. Don't use that. You're just limiting yourself with a self-taught card. If you don't know how to do something, just learn it. And you know what? All the information on the internet, most of it is free anyway. You can get it. Just keep watching Breakfast with Sergio. That's what I do 3 times a week. Give you great advice for your art career. And guess what? All this advice, I did not learn it in art school. I learned it by practicing and being a living artist. And that's what I shared. And that's what you need to know. All right, so that was number 1. Do not use the self-taught card as a limiting belief or as an excuse for something that you're not good at. Number 2, spend 0, and this is a big 0, spend 0 minutes trying to convince somebody in the inside, about your work. Spend 0 minutes. Instead, spend 100% of your time working and really getting in touch with those who are giving you a hand, with those who are already giving you an open door. That's what you want to do. Spend 100% of your time, with those who are not putting walls around the art world, but those who are breaking the walls of the art world. That's what you want to do. Anyone who's just keeping information to themselves, who's trying to make it really hard, to get inside the art world, you don't want to spend 0 time with them. Instead, there are many people like me and like many others who are actually reaching out, who are making sure that we have access to information, that we understand how things work, so that we can exceed and be better at what we do, whether you have an education or not. That is regardless the point. If you have great work, I believe that great work finds its way in the world. This is something I truly believe, that if you do good work will find its place in the world, right? And that's really important. So spend 0 time trying to convince an insider who's already made up his or her mind that is not going to let anybody in to get you in. Because guess what, my friends? I know many, and I know many by name, unfortunately, who are like that, they have this little circle of people that they know, people that they went to school with, their professors, their curators, and people that are really close, and they are protecting each other and making sure that nobody gets in their circle. I waste 0 time trying to convince them. The world is much bigger than their little tiny circle. I guarantee you. Number 3, which is very important, is build your own audience. If you are a self-taught artist, my friend, build your own audience. The best thing you can do today is build your own audience. Because guess what? Many of the very successful self-taught artists today, they build their own audience. And then the art world came to them. Then the art world came reaching out to them like, they wanted to have this feel of they discover somebody, right? You know what? Don't worry about that. Build your own audience. Build your own audience of people who love what you do, who respond to what you do. That is your art world. That is the art world that matters to you, not somebody else's art world that doesn't want you in. What matters to you is build your own audience who's going to give you opportunities, who's going to buy your art, who's going to love what you do, who's going to tell other people about you so that you have shows, so you have opportunities. That's exactly how it works. People working with people. So build your own audience, and that's going to help you create your own art world, my friend. And believe me when I say this, there are many people today, and I guarantee this, that they're working with artists because they make good work, not because they went to a school or that school or that school. So never use that as a limiting belief. Yes, I'm not going to deny it. There are many people today on the top of the art world that are, preventing many people from getting in. It's only their friends and their clique and whatever they think is in at the moment. I'm not going to deny that. That is part of what exists today, right? However, they are not the only people in the world. I believe the world is larger, the world is better, the world is greener, and if you build your own audience, then that becomes your art world, and you spend all your time and energy and effort on those people that believe in you. And my friends, I hope you enjoyed this Breakfast with Sergio episode. It's really important for me. If you enjoy it, please share it with your friends. This is a really good one to share. Please share it with your friends. Let me know what you think. Give me a comment here under the video. Let me know what you think of this episode. What do you think about what I just said? Maybe you also want to add another insight of your very own for a word of advice for emerging artists. Please post it in here. I would love to hear from you. And thank you so much, my friends. Check out all the resources that we have available for artists at www.theartistnextlevel.com. And I will see you in the very next episode of Breakfast with Sergio. Goodbye, my friends.